Hare Krishna, my name is Mahavishnu. I'm a second generation devotee. Gone through Gurukulas from the 1970s, 80s, 90s, and so on, from Gurukulas throughout North America, Vrindavan, and Mayapur. I'm now based in Massachusetts and Boston, and I engage in online preaching through blogs, YouTube, SoundCloud, so on and so forth, and traveling preaching. Travel around to various temples, devotee houses, and give programs, try to inspire devotees in Krishna consciousness, and so on. While this is a fundraising video, of course, to help support my traveling and preaching, so if you, whatever donation you can give, $20, $50, to help support the traveling preaching, please do so. But this is also more than that. This is a continuation, actually, of a video I put online 2 years ago regarding ISKCON North America and particularly the 50th anniversary of ISKCON. You see, the 50th anniversary is not so much a celebration of what we've achieved and what we've accomplished. It is a celebration of what we've gone through. It is a celebration of the fact that we have survived. It is a celebration of the fact that we're still here, in spite of what we've gone through. You see, ISKCON in North America, many people often don't get this. Devotees, and certainly outside the United States, even devotees in the United States who have come recently to Krishna consciousness, don't see this. But ISKCON in North America has gone through difficulties that ISKCON has not gone through in any other region in the world. ISKCON in North America has gone through hell, if I may use the term, and back. Well, not back, but certainly to it, in the past 3 to 4 decades. More than ISKCON has done so in any other continent on the planet. That's a fact. That is also where we celebrate, because we are still here in spite of that fact. I like to give the example of a cancer patient who survived cancer. ISKCON North America is like that. We have survived chemotherapy, radiation therapy, hair loss, bone marrow transplants, blood transfusions, loss of limbs, operations to remove cancerous growth, cancerous personalities, cancerous ideology, cancerous practices, cancerous systems and methods. But that's the good news. However, we have to recognize that ISKCON in North America is extremely weak. We're still here. We have survived. We've eliminated so much unnecessary stupidity. But we are weak. We are malnourished. We are lost our vitality, our appetite, our hunger. This is the unique opportunity that the 50th anniversary provides. It is now what? Now what? Now where do we go? Where do we go from here? And that question is easily answered by understanding that where we go from here is understanding and promoting Varnasrama. Because if we look at what Krishna consciousness ISKCON has gone through, it's gone through so much difficulty, right? We cannot deny the fact that our temples are empty from Monday to Saturday. We have wonderful Sunday feast programs and festival programs, but our devotees are despondent. They're lacking fulfillment in their emotional and spiritual lives. I was talking to one devotee trying to encourage him to go to Mongol RIT, and he was like, Mahavishnu, Mongol RIT is so uninspired. I said, what do you mean? He said, Mongol RIT is like a funeral, he said. What could I possibly say to that? I had to keep my mouth shut, because in a way he's correct. Samsara dava nalalidalo. That's what could I possibly say to that? Have you experienced Mongol RIT in Mayapur? Mongol RIT in Mayapur is like Janmashtami in North America. Right? But not only that, even back in the 70s and 80s, Mongol RIT in those days was like a Janmashtami festival today. I know, I experienced it. So we have, many do not know, but far more do know that we have regressed. We have fallen so far behind. And my sister once told me, Mahavishnu, you're going through a tough time now, but sometimes you have to go backwards in order to go forward. And ISKCON in North America has gone backward. We needed to go backwards. We need to get rid of the things we need to get rid of. We need to reassess, understand what we're dealing with. But now is not a celebration. The 50th anniversary is not a celebration to have a celebration. The 50th celebration is to start the process of going forward. And the number one thing we have to change in our mentality is that we have this corporate mentality. This mentality of some people, we're a corporation. We've really got this into our identity. We function, our systems are like a corporate entity, a multinational corporation. The problem is we're not a multinational corporation. We are a multi-ethnic society. Society means from cradle to the grave. Srila Prabhupada did not establish a company. Srila Prabhupada did not establish a corporation. Srila Prabhupada established international society for Krishna consciousness. If we look at society, society means cradle to the grave. Prabhupada talked about Varnasrama and he said wherever there is an ISKCON center, there should be a Varnashram college. ISKCON literally means Daivi Varnashram, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Daivi is Krishna consciousness. Varnashram is society. So ISKCON literally means Daivi Varnashram. That's what we need. That is what the 50th anniversary is all about. It is about a revolution, a Varnashram revolution in North America, where from cradle to the grave, where are our gurukulas? Where are our educational facilities for children in our temples, in our farm communities? Where is our facilities for retired devotees? Why are our devotees having to, and I was just counseling 2 months ago, a devotee who's pulling her hair out because she has to serve beef as a part-time job, as one of her part-time jobs, in order to take care of her family. So 6 days of the week, she's serving, promoting, meat eating, and then coming to the program on Sunday and saying we should not serve, we should not be involved in meat eating. This hypocrisy is throughout our North America society because we have not established Varnashram. So a Varnashram revolution, and oftentimes, and that's I would say misconception, a limited conception of Varnashram. Because when we talk about Varnashram, 9 times out of 10, at least in my experience, you bring up the word Varnashram and people think cows and potatoes, right? Cow protection and growing stuff. And then we see that in North America, in the United States, especially in modern society, farming is actually, the family farm is dwindling. And it's so difficult to own a family farm because everything is now agribusiness, right? Corporate farms. So the discussion goes nowhere. Cows and potatoes is one small part of one facet of an 8-faceted Varnashram society, right? There are Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, Brahmacharis, Grihastas, Vanaprasthas, and Sannyasis. Vaishya is only one facet, and cows and potatoes is one aspect of the Vaishya petal, if you will, the Vaishya facet, the Vaishya principles. We need employment. We need hundreds of devotee businesses to employ devotees so they're not promoting the very things we're trying to change in society. If we look at the 7 purposes of ISKCON, it's all about people coming closer to the Supreme Person. It's a society. Srila Prabhupada's talking about society. So a Varnashram Revolution, which is what we're supposed to be engaged in, which is our primary, actually, books are the basis, not to sell, but to practice. Books are the foundation. Books provide the philosophy for us to enact, to manifest the principles, the lifestyle of Varnashram, Daivi Varnashram. So a Varnashram revolution is for all of our children to be able to experience or to have a Krishna conscious education. A Varnashram revolution is for all of our retired devotees to be able to leave this planet in the association of devotees and not in a retirement home. A Varnashram revolution is when devotees who want employment can be employed in hundreds of devotee businesses across the United States and Canada. This is the Varnashram revolution. This is what the 50th anniversary is all about. So I'm not a Varnashram expert, but let's get started on this Varnashram revolution. That's what this is all about now. Establish for the next 50 years, establishing Varnashram in North America. Going back to traveling and preaching, that's what I travel and I try to inspire. I'm not an expert, but try to inspire you. You, a single person in your community, begin the talk of what do we do to establish over the 8 facets of Varnashram. Because that is the instructions from Prabhupada. Every center must have a Varnashram college, must establish Varnashram. What can I do in my center? Talk to the leadership. What can I do? How can we start to somehow implement the various aspects of Varnashram? Call me, email me. I can, in the course of my travels, give a donation. In the course of my travels, I can come to your temple, we can sit down, we can talk about how to establish Varnashram. It is by us coming together and starting this revolution together. It is not me traveling around talking about Varnashram, putting, videos on YouTube. That's wonderful. But it's about each individual person coming together and starting in their community. I can come and I can help, I can inspire, I can do whatever I can, give what little knowledge I know, and try to empower. And this message, I'm taking this message wherever I go. So this is the fundraising portion. Please give a donation. But it's really about you establishing, recognize that the 50th anniversary is about Daivi Varnashram, a Varnashram revolution in North America. Hare Krishna.